Mr. President, let's turn and talk a little bit about your work in Costa Rica. You've been president now for a little over a year, is that correct?
A little less than a
A
year. I
little
will
less
be
than
a year in 8th of May.
Okay. How do you see your program, your agenda for Costa Rica during the term of your presidency?
Well, I see it very, very positively as well. I have a three-pillar plan dealing with the growth of the economy, that's one pillar, the combat against extreme poverty, that's the second pillar, and transparency and good governance as the third pillar. We have been elected with over 1,327,000 votes. This is the largest number of votes ever received by a president with a mandate of change. It took us at this first year a lot of effort to begin that process, which is going to last for 3 more years. Change is not something you accomplished in one act. It's a process. And I have vowed to continue that. The first year was basically devoted to pinpointing some of the malpractices and bureaucratic situations that were inhibiting the process of the decision-making process. This second year will be devoted basically to making things work and show them. And particularly this will be true in the areas of infrastructure, which had been delayed in Costa Rica for over four decades, and also in the fighting against poverty. We have a number of programs that took a year to be put in place. I'm very happy with those programs that are significantly different from the ones we had in the past. And in that logic, I hope that the second year will make us it will make change more obvious to the general public. But I'm very happy. I'm going through. I'm reviewing the accomplishments of the institutions. I have to deliver a speech on the State of the Union the 1st of May, and I'm very satisfied with what I see.
Good. Listen, let's focus just for the last question, Mr. President, on the corruption issue. You know the newspaper headlines as well or better than I. You're surrounded. Peña Nieto in Mexico, Gilma in Brazil, Bachelet in Chile. They're all being hampered or even paralyzed by corruption scandals. How is your program going to help you clean up government? Not that Costa Rica is particularly corrupt, but it's still suffers from that Latin American problem. How are you going to deal with that?
Well, basically through open government. We have a platform that is committed to making government more accessible to the citizen, to make transparency in everything we do, a norm, and also adopting new practices which are already being put in place. Open government is a concept that entails a significant number of changes and engagements, and we have done this. And I tell you this is a significant policy of my government because we have been admitted as a candidate for the OCDE in Europe, and this means that we have to ensure that the way we govern represents the best practices of the world. So moving towards an open government, committing ourselves to publicizing everything we do through the internet, placing things in the web, etc., is only part of this effort, which also has an internal, very complicated task, which is to change the bureaucratic culture in many of our institutions.
Well, it sounds like a very bold and positive program. We'll do our part, you and I, by putting this video in a transparent manner on the internet so that everybody in Costa Rica and Europe can see it. That's World Review Info, and your program will be transparent to all of the viewers. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much, Dr. Tulchin.